Hello, let's try it again. This is the third time I'm trying to film this. Or, well, yesterday I already did 2 versions, I deleted them. Rambling Man Syndrome was strong as heck. Because I actually have a point this time. Yesterday I uploaded a video to my other channel, first one since I don't even remember. And I also did a stream yesterday, first one this year, so... And I read from the depths of the internet a while back that I'm actually dead. That memo never got to me, so here we are. And since there are those of you who can't understand Finnish, I decided that it's better to do a video also in English, so because some of you are a bit out of the loop here. A while back I did some self-diagnostics, if that's the term, and the conclusion was that I have a red button phobia. So starting a stream, making a vlog, no. And well, in my opinion, most common reason for, let's say, a YouTuber burnout is the pressure to deliver. So you're trying to grow your channel, you're trying to keep the income flowing if the channel is big enough that money is a factor in that equation. But still, you're trying to move forward, not backwards. So the pressure is how to keep things rolling, and for example, quality wise and so forth, editing wise. Well, that has never been an issue for me. Numbers or how edits look and anything like that. My reason was that I found myself not having anything to say that I haven't said before. So, and the origin of the whole thing can be dated back to the last third of the original V-Day series, or my original daily vlog series. The last third, I started running out of things to talk about, or at least I started running out of perspectives to talk about. I was constantly talking about same things in the same way. And I know that there are those who have no problem if I'm talking about same things, if the perspective changes, words are different or whatever. But I found myself repeating myself badly and heavily. So there was no reason to continue anymore. And well, now it's sometime later, let's say 6 months later, what comes to streams. And I don't remember how much later since the last time I uploaded a video to my Finnish channel, that is. So I'm trying to get rid of this kind of a red button fear of the red button, if it's recording or go live still. And I think I have a somewhat functioning solution, and that's this, the phone. I recently got myself a new phone, so this will become my spare phone. And I'm just going to buy a prepaid SIM card for this thing, because iPhones don't work without SIMs, or at least 4Ss don't work without a SIM card. So I'm going to buy a prepaid card to this one, so I can use it as a camera and as a media player, and as a, well, kind of a mini tablet. And I'm trying to start making phone vlogs, because one of the reasons why I haven't been vlogging as much as I would have liked to is that first you have to film the video with a camera, then you have to transfer the files to your PC, then you have to edit them, render them, upload them. But this is kind of a phone is kind of a all-in-one package. So I can film, edit, render and upload with same device. So, and it's kind of a challenge for myself. Trying to make phone vlogs, it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. So this is kind of a therapy for me, or I'm trying to. make this kind of a therapy for myself. Just uploading random things, random thoughts, and not thinking about anything. So, And what comes to streaming, yesterday I played through the Halo Combat Evolved campaign. First time since it was on Xbox, the last time I played it through, I think. And then I also found out that my OBS is kind of screwed. The notifications don't work. And I checked all the links, all the URLs for the notifications. They're not showing, so I have to figure that out. And by the way, this area where I'm right now, when I first started vlogging, I think it was 2013 or 2012, don't remember, we used to live here, or I used to live here with my family. And this playground I am currently, back then it was worn, but it was kind of a comfy, cozy. Now it's worn and there's cat shit all over the sandbox. Yep. I was asked to leave. An elderly lady came to me and told me that I have to go. When I asked why, she told me that I was filming her apartment. Her window was 90 degrees that way. So... okay. But if this thing works and making phone vlogs kind of helps me to get rid of this uncomfortable feeling that creeps in when I'm about to start making a vlog or when I'm about to start streaming, it will be kind of a back to the beginning thing for me. Because when I first started vlogging years ago, many of those videos were made with a phone. So this is kind of a yay. And since I now have a new phone, although I didn't check, I bought a phone without a headphone jack. I think it was iPhone 11 that I got cheaply from my service provider, or my internet provider, whatever is the right term. I forgot to check if there is a headphone jack. Lightning jack only. You can use other headphones than what comes with the phone, but you have to get an adapter. So now you have one extra piece of thing sticking out from your phone. What could go wrong here? And if you've ever used iPhone earbuds, the wired ones, you know the quality of those things. Not thrilled. Not thrilled. But since I now have that phone, I haven't set it up yet, but I have it. That leaves me with one extra phone. As I said, I can use this as a camera, as a media player, as a mini tablet, so to speak. So this is ideal situation for something like this, because I don't have to worry about battery life. And that's one of the reasons why I've made most of my videos with an actual handheld camera. I don't want to have all the things depending on one battery. Because, well, let's face it, internet, most people use their phones. Camera, most people use their phones. MP3 player, most people use their phones. I have all of those devices separately, or separate devices, because I don't want to have everything I pretty much need, or I would like to have behind or depending on one single battery. So now when I have two phones, I can use this one as a camera, and the battery life doesn't matter. If it dies, it dies. I still have another one to use as an actual phone. And well, yesterday while streaming, I noticed that I might need a new mixer. Just a by the way thought. I have a Mackie mixer with two mic pre's, and there's a button that you can use to link those two mono channels to work as a stereo channel. So when I was streaming, for some reason my microphone and my game audio kept swinging to the right. So left channel disappeared completely. And when I did some testing, there's nothing wrong with the wires, it's the mixer itself. So at first I thought that okay, power supplies is going, but no, because if it's a faulty power supplies, it would affect phantom power also, which it didn't. So yay. And I would also like to do sound designing streams, not dreams, streams. English is very good today. But the problem with those is that I can't fit the Odyssey to my streaming desk or my workstation, however you want to call it. There's no room for it. So I have to set up another place, another area, but that would mean that I would have to stream using Wi-Fi. And with a single monitor. So that's also one why. Because I could always use soft synths, but why? Since I have an actual analog synth, why should I use virtual instruments? And well, this is kind of weird talking to a phone, by the way. I'm so used to talking to a camera lens, but now when I can see myself, it's the early day curse. Because when I watch my earlier vlogs, it's, well, way too often for my taste. I see this. So I'm actually watching the screen instead of watching the lens. So, we'll try to continue from here. After reading some blog posts, watching some vlogs and doing some research on my own based on those, I find it hilarious how inconsistent the TOSs on certain websites are, or well, being more precise, the ways those terms are enforced. I mean, in YouTube, the trend seems to be that if you're big enough, you can make your own rules and fuck the rest. Or if you get punished, it's something mild, like let's say 2-week temporarily ban or something like that. Whereas on Twitch nowadays is a whole lot more trigger happy when it comes to their bans. And well, at the same time I understand, and at the same time I don't, why they are banning people because of what they did outside of the streams. For example, the newest example that I know is Say No to Rage, so Lono. He got banned from Twitch because of some allegations about things that happened, what, 2-3 years ago. And I do understand why Twitch is doing that. They're protecting their brand. If they are letting people who are under fire to use their services, it hurts their own image. So that's understandable. But I'm kind of worried because in my own streams, or I'm kind of worried because of the recent incidents, because on my own streams I'm open to talk about pretty much anything. There are only few things that I won't allow what comes to topics to talk about. And I don't know where the limit is anymore. Where is that boundary? What are you allowed to say? What are you allowed not to say? Because during the last bit under 2 years, 3 streamers that I followed have been permabanned from Twitch. And the reasons have been kind of a, I don't know the English word for it. Surkuhupaisa would be the Finnish word for it. They got banned because of hate speech. And in their streams they were talking about politics and gender identities in a mature way. So it was a conversation. It wasn't slandering. It wasn't saying this and this and this. It was a mature conversation, and they got banned because of that. So where's the limit anymore? I mean, on YouTube it's kind of easy. As long as you're not openly racist, as long as you're not openly homophobic, as long as you're not openly misogynic, or however you pronounce it, you're pretty much clear. But on Twitch it's Wild West, or it seems to be Wild West nowadays. you constantly have to think what you talk about, what you say and how you say it. And for someone like me who kind of rambles all over the place, it doesn't feel safe. Although I have the advantage that I'm speaking Finnish. So same thing in YouTube, actually. If you're speaking English, YouTube algorithms or their bots are there. But if you use a language that's not that common, Finnish for example, those bots are a whole lot more, they're not there in the same way than what they are if you use English. And obviously spoken Finnish is a completely different animal from written Finnish, so coding a bot that would work in Finnish the same way it works in English, that's kind of hard thing to do. So, yay. And what comes to languages, it's frustrating to me to talk about, let's say, a non-specific individual. In English, it's he, she, their, whatever they are, whatever is the pronunciation you like to use. In Finnish, there's only one word, hän. So in English, it's he or she or something else. In Finnish, there's only one word, hän. So it's always, I'm always trying to go around it. And if you are a native English speaker, it's easy to spot that I'm trying to get around those words, because hän is gender neutral. It can mean anybody. So, but I came here because it started raining and there are still very dark clouds coming straight at me, so I think it's time to go home. So, see ya.